Hello, welcome to a book up session. I'm Ashley Gunn. So typically on a Thursday I would do a book series that was before 2016 so that we had like Throwback Thursdays. Well, basically what occurred to me is that I've read so many books that were written in 2016 that if I don't start reviewing them faster than just on Tuesdays, that I'm going to be reviewing those in 2017. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start reviewing books as I read them. Maybe they're going to be written before 2016, maybe they're not. In general, I'm going to just kind of add them as I go, and then if I have a time where maybe I don't get a book finished or something like that, then I will add something from before. That way we can kind of start trying to get caught up. This week what I wanted to review was Kristen Proby's The Fusion series. If you have not read Kristen Proby, I don't know, you've lived under a rock or something. She's just an incredible romance author, and more importantly, she has tons of books. If you are a fast reader like me, the thing that you can do to just make me happy is give me tons of books, and she does that. I've read 3 of her series. The Fusion series is my 3rd. I've also read the Seattle series. I don't know the exact name of it. And then something with really pretty green and blue and stuff on the cover. So I'm sure you guys would have appreciated that a little bit better had I actually known the name of those series first. My point is that I read some of her series before. I really liked them, so then I started the Fusion series. I want to give you guys like a general idea. You have a restaurant that is ran by friends. Each one of them has their own role in the restaurant, and then they all have their own book, which is really incredible. So the first one is Listen to Me, the second one is Close to You, and then the third one is going to be Blush for Me. And that one is going to be out March 21st, 2017. So here's my thing. When I finish a book, I want to know when the next one is going to come out in the series. So you do have enough time where you could actually read this series, even if you're a slow reader. It's fun. It's about friends. They are spontaneous and fun, and they do have completely inappropriate conversations. But it's one of those, like, to me, that you could read with a group of your friends because you're going to have a good time. The first one is going to be about the girl who runs the front of the house, and she's trying to find a musical act. She ends up finding a guy who used to be a famous rock star, and it's about, really in general, kind of almost like this push and pull thing. Like, she doesn't want to be with him, but then she's attracted to him. Oh, I have to say this, all of the women have fabulous taste. They wear amazing outfits, they have amazing shoes. Oh, in the second one, this is how you know it's true love. The guy builds the girl a shoe closet. Come on, guys. That's, instead of engagement rings, what we really need is just really big closets and fill them for us. In the second book, you have Camilla and you have Landon. Camilla's been completely in love with Landon her entire life. Landon is Mia's brother, Mia is their cook. So here's my thought. Mia is the 4th book. I'm making books up that haven't even had like release dates, just so you guys know what we're doing right now. I think that Mia, because in the books it describes her as like really trying hard about her weight, and she just struggles even though she tries hard and she eats salads, and you know, I think that she should end up with like some real hunk. Like, I'm thinking like Will Smith or Ryan Gosling, you know? Someone just loves her for who she is and feels good about, and makes her feel good about herself, and just is incredible to look at. That's my theory. So, Kristen Proby, if you feel the need to, go ahead and put that in Mia's book. Anyways, back to this one. Like I said, Camilla had a crush on Landon her entire life. Landon is Mia's brother, and he's just gone out of the Air Force. He had to eject from a plane, and it caused some problems. That kind of made it seem like he might not be all there. He can't fly anymore. It gives him, when you eject from a plane, apparently, like, it affects your brain in a way where you're done in the Air Force. And so he comes back, and truthfully, I love the way that this starts off. It starts off where I think that Camille, they call her Cammy, so I'm going to do that. Cammy almost realizes, like, maybe she's acting a fool. Maybe she has a crush on this guy, and she's, like, overstepping her bounds. So she tries to get herself in control. She starts trying to, like, avoid him and, you know, be a grown-up. And then at the same time, Landon realizes that Cammy's pulled away and kind of doesn't understand, thinks he might have done something wrong, and it makes him really unsettled that she may not be interested anymore, because he knew that she had a crush on him, and he had a crush on her, but he's been older, so he never let it be known. Because, I mean, obviously, when you're teenagers, you know, you're 18 and she's 16, you're going to get in some trouble. So anyways, he went off to the Air Force, and then when they visit, it's really easy to pretend that there's not a crush there. And then when he thinks that she's moved on, that's really where this story starts, is a little of a couple of things. First, him trying to have a relationship with Cammie, but also take it slow. And Cammie almost thinks it's a joke. Like, why are you all of a sudden interested in me? Which brings up some really interesting things I personally thought. And then also, she really wants to make sure that him leaving the Air Force isn't the reason that he just kind of is latching on to her. So Cammie doesn't have a family. You'll know that already. Her parents had her later in life, so she doesn't have her parents anymore. And then her siblings are all a lot older than her. So she doesn't really have anything to do with her brothers and sisters. You are going to know that already. Like I said, I'm not spoiling anything for you. Well, maybe you, because you may not have read any of the series. But if you've read the first book, you'll already know that I'm not spoiling anything for you. My point is that the way that this book gets towards the end, I personally would like to see Cammie have a large family. Like, clearly that's not going to happen in this book, but I would like to see in the further we get into the series, maybe in Mia's book, all of a sudden Cammie has a couple kids or something like that. You know, something where I feel like she has that back in her life, because I feel like she just didn't have her parents and stuff, and then, I don't know, I feel like maybe that part of it could have been different. Maybe she could have had, I know she has her friends, so she feels like she has people around her, but I just personally, I have 5 sisters, so I feel like unless someone's like all in my personal space, maybe that's why I felt like she needs somebody there for her. Anyways, I love Kristen Proby's books. I've always loved Kristen Proby's books. I think that the way that she makes these women really feminine, but at the same time makes them just powerhouses. They know their stuff. They're incredible business women. They're smart. They're amazing. I love them. All right. So, as always, if you like this review, like it. If you have any questions, comments, or recommendations, put that in the comment section below. And then if you want my videos every week, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me.